British wedding planner Jane Dayus Hinch has spent the last 20 years taking the glitch out of getting hitched.
We have a problem.
And even though Jane has worked with over 1,000 brides, she has never met anyone like Debbie.
Listen, you guys could be wearing monkey suits for all I care.
Has Jane finally met her match?
Is it going to be Jane's wedding, or is it going to be our wedding?
Who will come out on top?
Brides don't run the wedding. I run the wedding.
Lovebirds Debbie and Adam have been planning their wedding for 2 years. In the beginning, Debbie was all sweetness and light.
I started out really easygoing about the wedding.
But with the wedding 2 weeks away, she's come undone.
She's all nice and whatnot, but don't get too close, right?
If it's an issue of cash, then cancel the order.
The stress has kind of gotten to Debbie.
Adam may see a problem, but Debbie doesn't.
I don't think I'm being too bridezilla-ish.
Everything drives me crazy about Deb. What doesn't drive me crazy about Deb? I think the one thing that drives me crazy about Deb is that she is very impatient.
When it comes to wedding planning, not so great a trait.
Unless you want to put a 25-cent ring on my finger on the day of the wedding, then no, we don't have time to get it sized.
But Debbie's temper is not the only thing that's going through the roof.
The budget started out to be about $25,000.
Adam has heart palpitations every time he hears a number associated with the wedding.
Debbie's kind of doubled it at least.
Between the money and the mood swings, Adam's about to lose it.
Help. Debbie needs it. I can't help Debbie.
Yes, I am freaking out.
Thankfully, wedding Zen master Jane Dayus Hinch has arrived to calm Hurricane Debbie. Jane's a wedding planner and a fairy godmother who will grant Debbie and Adam 3 wishes to keep their wedding from spinning out of control.
Oh, absolutely. Our vision's going to be a disaster without Jane. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, nothing will come together.
Nothing will come together. We will butt heads until we don't have a wedding anymore.
And so the first thing Jane needs to do is meet the couple at the wedding venue.
Debbie and Adam seem lovely, but looks can be deceiving.
She's been doing this for 20 years. I'm sure she knows what she likes. I'm sure she knows what she wants. And I'm sure she really knows how to mediate between Adam and I, too. So
I just hope that she likes what you like.
My first question was, how many guests are we expecting?
Trying to keep it smaller the way that I wanted it. Debbie had other plans.
Now, they're expecting 130 guests. Debbie also got her way when it came to all the vendors, who she booked over the internet.
This wedding is the biggest disaster waiting to happen.
our DJ was booked online. Our photographer was booked because we liked his work online. Our minister we booked online. We found his website online.
Booking vendors online, huge mistake.
I didn't even view my decorator's sample book. I saw a website, I saw a picture. I liked the picture, found she was the decorator, I booked her. So, yeah.
What is this? Wedding Planning 101?
Not only is Debbie booking vendors sight unseen, she's also handing over wads of cash.
Have you met the people?
After booking, after giving them deposits,
Yeah.
we met with them.
When Debbie is putting down, $1,000, $2,000 deposits on photographers that she's never met and booked online, it's absolutely just nerve-wracking. I'm thinking, Debbie, are you absolutely insane? I would never say that, of course.
Have they
the
been here
DJ.
before? Have they been to this venue before?
Most of them have said or they're aware of the venue, so
Being aware is not good.
I know.
They give people money and then they meet them. Different.
If Jane thinks that's different, wait till she hears this one.
Tell me about your wedding cake.
My parents are making my cake. Our cake.
Oh.
Yes. They're never baked a cake before. So
They've never?
Yeah.
I believe, as it stands right now, they still haven't even attempted to make a cake.
How many tiers?
I think she's doing 3. I think she's doing 3 tiers.
Mark my words, this will end in tears.
I'm a little worried about how that cake is actually going to turn out.
That leaves Debbie's parents in charge of the cake and Debbie in charge of everything else. So what's Adam been up to?
I have my say in things.
And I try very much to give him an equal you know, because you have to respect his opinion and all that stuff, so.
And I definitely don't let her get away with everything, that's for sure. Just the color in the tuxes and the cake and the wedding bands and the flowers and the whole ceremony itself.
Translation? Debbie won't let Adam do anything.
We've met the...
My role is basically to show up and do what Debbie tells me to do.
Now it's time for our happy trio to move on to the reception hall, where Debbie drops a bomb.
So whilst your wedding's going on, there's another 3 events going on.
No, including ours, there's 3 total.
So another 2 events,
Yes.
all here.
In the ballrooms, yes, and they each have their own little front reception area.
This venue is a nightmare. There are 2 other events going on the same day, and no one has taken that into account. You don't know where the other bride's going to be.
The wedding nightmares have completely started now.
It comes down to who's going where, who's doing what. So that's a big issue, and that's what I'm here for. You're not doing this all the time. You're not thinking along my lines. I'm looking at this with completely different eyes to you. Debbie needs to get her head out of the clouds. That's for sure.
If we don't get help from Jane, I believe Debbie won't be able to make it to the wedding.
I'm going to go away now, and I'm going to put a plan together. I'm going to come back with this plan, and it's going to look horrendous. You're going to look at it, but you're going to know what you're doing.
You know, she started pulling it together, and I'm thinking, wow, we thought we were on top of things, but we so were not.
And that's before Debbie even sees the to-do list that Jane's come up with.
This is the plan.
When we walked in the room, I think both of our stomachs just dropped. I looked at the list and thought, wow, I need to sit down.
When I delivered the plan, it was like delivering a death blow. I think I knocked the wind out of their sails, and I think it was, what is this? Let's start at the top. Let's start with the ceremony. Sort out the readings, sort out the music, sort out the rehearsal. You've still got the vows to do.
Now we're gonna write them together, for the reason being that she can pre-edit what I have to say.
I don't think Adam has much to say in this wedding.
But Jane has a lot to say about the next item on the list.
Cake. I'm sorry this is an issue. No, I think it's lovely, I do. When family get involved with baking the cake, it's made with love. But in my experience, and what happens if on the day it all collapses? What's your plan B?
I don't agree with Jane on the cake in the sense that I don't want to have a plan B.
The big one that I've put a nice big red mark against is the attire for everybody. The tuxedo fittings, the dresses, the shoes.
I know that Debbie has a really big issue with the dresses and the shoes.
The girls don't have shoes, so they're walking barefoot or we got to find some shoes.
You've got to pull your socks up now. This is it. It's final countdown time.
We're trying to get through it. I mean, we're trying to take it day by day, but I mean, the days are just coming too fast, and it's just we won't have enough time to finish it all.
Jane has given Debbie and Adam a massive list of things to do.
We still have to do the seating plan. We have to figure out how we're going to get everything up there. We have to figure out who's going to be putting the stuff out on the day. We haven't picked a reader for our ceremony. We haven't wrote our vows yet. We have to give our DJ our list of songs that we're going to enter into, and we haven't done that yet. We don't know what we're necessarily walking down the aisle to.
It seems a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Crazy.
And since these two can't seem to work together, they decide to divide and conquer. As Debbie hunts for bridesmaid shoes, Adam searches for the perfect groomsman's gift. But nothing is good enough for Debbie.
I just think, oh, I don't know. I just can't see anything I like. No, these are not the shoes that I want. When was the shoe store built? Because the shoes must be still left from them. I know what I'm looking for. If it's not there, I need to go.
And nothing is cheap enough for Adam.
$10 discount for you.
$10 discount if I buy all 7?
Yeah.
I think that's still a little over my budget.
But on the other side of town, there's a little ray of sunshine. Debbie has finally found shoes she doesn't hate. But will they fit? Debbie may have solved one problem, but another one has come up. The tuxes Adam ordered aren't in yet. But instead of calling Jane, his fairy godmother, in to help, Adam calls his loving fiancée.
I'm not too sure what to do.
Listen, you guys could be wearing monkey suits for all I care, as long as you're in a tux.
I screwed that one up, didn't I?
I can imagine when behind closed doors, this could actually turn into one of those weddings that doesn't go ahead because they've had enough of it. They can't do it anymore. It's driving us mad, and in fact, it's going to split us up.
What about this DJ business?
I emailed him twice. I haven't heard back from him. You can call the DJ tomorrow and figure out.
I think it's kind of a little odd that we're not talking to the actual person who's going to be spinning the music on the day.
He just needs to know how to spin a record or flip a switch on a CD.
I could have set up my computer to play the music all night.
Wow, this is something we should have discussed before we paid them in full. Right?
I was emailing the guys and I was telling them that, you know, if they want to do a speech, I wanted to kind of let them do a speech, you know?
You told them what?
Well, I told them that a short speech would be
And
about...
did you clarify what short meant?
Yeah, two to 5 minutes, yeah.
2 to 5 minutes.
Not all of them will do a speech. Well, maybe we can start, if the guys want to do some speeches, okay, we'll say 2 minutes max, okay?
And they've got to let us know.
And
today.
well, no, I told them they got to let us know as soon as possible so we can fit them in.
Like, what's as soon as possible? Like tomorrow. Hello?
And now, a phone call from the cobbler adds to the already tense situation.
How's it going?
If Debbie wants the bridesmaid shoes dyed to match, she has 12 hours to travel to 4 different cities to make sure the shoes
Make sure
fit.
that the shoes are there by 12 tomorrow. What am I gonna do? I need 4 pairs of shoes fitted tomorrow. Otherwise, they're not gonna have shoes. They're gonna be walking down the aisle barefoot. If you can't do it and I can't do it, they're not gonna have shoes.
Give maybe Jane a call.
She's probably in bed. She's probably still on England time.
Give her a call. I mean, she's here to help, right?
11 o'clock.
Jane, hi. Were you sleeping? The last thing I want to be doing is trying to fit 4 girls in shoes they all like and then getting them dyed.
I got a call at 11 o'clock last night from Debbie, who's panicking about her bridesmaid shoes. She hasn't got time to go and get them all fitted and get them back to the shoe shop for 12 o'clock to get them dyed. So, guess what her wish is?
But the clock's ticking and there's no time for complaining. So Jane hits the open road.
Hello, Rachel, I'm Jane. I've got some shoes for you to try.
Great, come on in.
See, how do those feel? They look a bit big.
Yeah, they're a bit loose.
8.5. Yeah. I'm not a shoe fitter. I'm a wedding planner. What a waste. What a waste of a wish.
But as Debbie and Adam's fairy godmother, Jane puts the pedal to the metal and gets a last bridesmaid fitted.
Hi, Lindsay, I'm Jane.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How's it going on? See you on Saturday.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Hell bent for leather, or at least dyeable sateen,
5 to 12.
Jane gets the shoes back to the store with just minutes to spare.
This couple, absolute disaster. Everything's all over the place. There's so many things that need to be doing, and I'm doing shoes, and the big things that should be getting solved aren't.
Jane has made it crystal clear what needs to be done.
This is huge.
Phone calls to the venue, music sheet for the DJ, setting up a rehearsal, a photo list for the photographer, the seating plan, checking on the vendors. But Debbie has decided to focus on bathroom baskets?
Debbie has made sure there was a lot of minute details to take care of.
Every wedding that I go to, I notice if there's bathroom baskets.
But I mean, Band-Aids, mouthwash. Do you think anyone's actually going to use this?
We're serving manicotti. It's
Do
a little
you-
garlicky. Don't empty it out.
We got combs for all the guys. What are these?
Flossers.
Flossers?
Adam thinks I've probably gone a little overboard.
Your guests are going to need some bobbin pins and what's going on?
This is in the bathroom,
The bathroom?
for our guests.
Ah, I see, okay. I'm thinking, Debbie, are you absolutely insane?
Insanity would be Debbie's parents trying to whip the cake into shape with only 3 days left.
There's absolutely no way that can go right.
How does that look, Phil?
Fantastic. Maybe they'll let me use their chef.
if it goes really wrong and they can fix it
It's gonna
up.
be fine.
This already looks like the best cake we've ever made.
Well, wait till you taste it. That'll be, I'm sure you'll change your mind.
It's got to have no lines, because if you have a line in it, it just ruins the cake.
Well, why don't we squash it up and start again then?
No.
Mom and Dad are rising to the occasion, but a call from Debbie ices the mood.
I'm doing my best, hon, but I'm not sure whether my best is going to be good enough. Is there another way that we can get another cake? No, I swear, Deb, it's like, you know when they say mutton dressed as lamb? This is neither.
I don't have any patience for dilly-dally.
I'm kind of upset right now. I'll try again. It will be perfect. It's just not perfect right now.
Now, with only 2 days to go, it's time for Jane to check up on the couple's checklist.
I'm worried. I'm very worried because I've come along to see you, to see where we're at. And looking at this, the reason I'm worried is there's nothing written on there. Please, please tell me you've done a lot of things on here.
That would be a no.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we got a little few ends that we need to tie up. I mean, quite a few of them, actually.
Including one very important loose end, the rehearsal.
We didn't want to pay for the minister to come up again for half an hour or an hour to tell us sort of what to do. So we were just going to wing it.
To have a rehearsal with no minister, big mistake.
We just thought that maybe that's something that you could help us out with, and we could maybe make that our second wish.
Right. As you wish.
We are a lot nervous about the rehearsal. We were just going to wing it, but Jane really pointed out some issues with that.
So with cougar-like speed, Jane heads to the venue to run the rehearsal.
I've come down to find the rehearsal room with no lights, no chairs, nothing set up at all. And it's now 7:05, and there's nobody here either.
The wedding party shows up a half an hour late, so Jane has to do a rush job.
Throw petals. 1, 2, 3. Up. All out there, down to the pool. Slowly, very slowly, because this is going to take some doing.
And she was like, okay, guys, this
Yep.
is what we need to do. And she kind of just gathered everyone up and kind of told them what they had to do.
Yeah.
And it worked. It
Was
worked
perfect.
Great.
Were they at the same rehearsal as Jane?
They blew it.
2 weeks ago, Debbie and Adam's wedding was hurtling towards disaster.
I really, really don't want to do this right now.
Then, British wedding planner / fairy godmother Jane Dayus Hinch flew in to grant them 3 wishes and save their wedding. Their first wish had Jane cobbling it together at the last minute.
But this could have been done weeks ago.
And last night, Reverend Dayus Hinch took over Debbie and Adam's wedding rehearsal.
They blew it.
But Debbie and Adam were intent on keeping their last wish until the last minute.
We are definitely keeping our last wish close at hand.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull it out probably on the day of.
Now that the big day has arrived, Debbie and Adam cash in their third and final wish. Debbie wants Jane to be in charge of Adam and all the men at the wedding, so that they won't ruin her day.
I need help. I need help.
I could cheerfully jump in.
But since Debbie's wish is Jane's command, she starts getting the boys ready. Not that she seems to mind. But when they start in on the hooch, she starts in on Adam.
Did you know that if a minister actually smells alcohol, he can actually say to you, it's off.
Jane's solution? Mints to cover up the liquid courage. Maybe Debbie should have had a brown pop or two.
So can you just connect me to the other room? Not going there right now. Barely there right now.
At this point, the only thing that will cheer Debbie up is making Jane change the seating arrangements.
Bride's saying she gets to me, but this one is definitely getting to me now.
But Jane puts on a smile and makes sure Debbie has everything she needs, including something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. One blubbering moment down, and still a ceremony to go.
I cannot find anyone from the hotel where the ceremony is, and the bridegroom's asked for the sides to be lifted on the marquee on the tent.
What's that? Yeah, everything's okay.
You don't need this 3 minutes before the wedding. I was running around like a headless chicken, going, trying to be 3 steps ahead all the time. And I was. And thank goodness I was here, because they needed me so much today.
All that Jane has left to do is strike up the boys in the band.
What do you want as a cue for the start of the bride? Because it's a long walk.
Cue the musicians, and finally the ceremony begins.
Adam and Debbie, it is my honor and my delight to declare you henceforth to be husband and wife. Now you may kiss.
Then after the ceremony, Jane does her best to comfort Adam, who can't stop crying those tears of joy. Question mark.
Stay on track, okay? And I will tell you everything that's happening, but you go with the photographer, and I'll come and tell you what's happening. I mean, I've seen a lot of bridegrooms cry, but non-stop, all day.
Oops. Looks like the photographer has lost something.
Like 1 in 1.
Exactly.
So while the photographer roots around for his keys, Jane runs interference for him.
Hi, we're from this wedding. We were just coming to ask, were you planning on doing photographs at the front or not? So I've just headed off the other bride, who's not going to have photographs taken at the front because we are.
And when Jane says we, she means we.
Yes.
But Jane doesn't have time to vogue for much longer. She still has a ton to contend with, like Debbie's brother and the receiving line.
With the DJ, we're just doing a bit of a rehearsal as to how this is going to work. Do you want to be in on this?
Nope, I'm good. Bar's open, I'm good, I'm winging it, I told you. Shake your head, I'm good.
Then it's time to check in on the controversial wedding cake.
Everyone was very nervous about the cake, but Mum's cake is fine.
It's beautiful.
The cake is awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Where's John? Where's John?
While everyone else celebrates the cake, Jane preps the reception hall.
Candles and Adam, we've now got gifts on the tables. We've got the menus the right way into the napkins. We've got chairs, rubbish on the floor.
Now, it's time to get the party started.
Jane has gone
Above and beyond.
What we were expecting. She is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
She helped us out and just calmed us down, and she was there not only as a wedding planner, but emotional support as well, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she really came through.
Debbie and Adam were a nightmare, but today, their wedding day, was absolutely fabulous because of me.
The love is in the air, isn't it?
The best part about this wedding, it's over.
I think there's a lot of cracks in this, though, babe. You know,
We're gonna put fresh flowers all on the top, though.
Yeah, if I was you, I'd put a bouquet.
Val, did you find your scissors?
Oh.
Please, I just want to slip my wrists.
I'll join you in that.